All right, good morning. We're looking at GU, sorry, pound versus the USD. So yesterday we kind of saw that over this breakout to the downside, we expected some buys, but I'll go back to this in a second. But as you can see on this wick, price didn't come all the way down to this arrow. So there was no buy confirmation. And then remember, this was Friday's high over here. Okay, so it didn't sweep the high all the way. So it's a matter of like, it's kind of still a 50-50 thing whether it's going to come all the way down here or go up. But based on what trend's currently doing, I think we might see price actually push up to take out Friday's highs and then maybe potentially drop. But let's go a little bit more deeper on this. So yesterday when we looked at GU, we wanted price to basically break this low and kind of give a reaction all the way down to this side, but we didn't see that play out. And then price ran towards this unmitigated order block. Now, if you were in now around yesterday, around New York session, I just popped this on there, you'd see that in New York session, price actually went to the unmitigated order block, tapped into it. So this was actually your trade yesterday. Now we did, like I said, we did predict longs, but based on the videos I've been putting out for you guys would know that if it breaks above Tokyo, we usually want to see, because we usually want to see a displacement back towards the downside, because that is a fake out. And also past Monday. Now, if we look at where Monday morning was at 8 o'clock, we didn't really have a clean break towards the downside. And what I mean by that is basically from this low up until here. Yes, price picked up orders, but this wasn't the ideal setup that I would have wanted to take. Now, there's a reason to explain why this happened. Now, firstly, it's because we had a perfect change of character over here. And then we also had a break of structure. And then if you put the fibs on here, that's how it lines up with the 88% and the 0.78. And then we also had a fair value gap at this point. Now, this is simply the price is right strategy, which is explained over here. So this is how you could have actually taken this trade, but wasn't my cup of tea. I would rather see it play out and actually wait for my ideal setup. So then you would see that price basically held this order block all the way over here. So it has been mitigated. So we can actually remove that. And I just want to put a marker on here for Friday's high. And then, yeah, can leave that, because if they're going to come back to yesterday's high, they might as well take out Friday's high as well. So we could see something like that play out. So like I said, also with the breakout to the upside yesterday, the weekly structure pattern, and I'll say it again, link down in the description. Go watch that video to have a clear understanding of those rules. Price is still basically towards the upside. Now, this is not the ideal. These three candles over here is not the ideal three candle setup that I would like to see. This is not the ideal setup I would want to see on these three candles. I would actually want to see candles trade in a range, kind of something like this, you know, and then kind of make the move to actually form a stronger high. But like I said, since we didn't take out Friday's high as yet, you know, if I actually put this on here, you know, that's actually some liquidity. So then zones to look out for is fair value gap over here. Now, I wouldn't consider this fold because we only had the break of structure at this point. So, and like I said, if there's liquidity at this point, we're most likely going to break through it to pick up all this liquidity. But then there should be some unmitigated zones around this point, especially on the 1 hour. So you would see that here we have an unmitigated order block, and it's about 50 pips away from price currently. So it's not that far-fetched. Price could actually push all the way up here within a day or two. And if it comes tomorrow, if price only actually moves up until here tomorrow, it goes in line kind of with the market maker method as well, with the midweek reversal / the Brinks trade. Let's just quickly modify this over here. So this, I would say, is an unmitigated order block because it's a small fair value gap in here, which is not been filled. However, if you want to look for a clean setup, was I think want to trade from the institutional zone, which will be 1.28 to 50, and look at that zone for a sell when price eventually gets there. But from there up until there, that seems a bit far. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. So it's a bit hard to say which zone that is exactly. So let me just refine this a bit. So, okay. So this is a zone to be mindful of, but it's fair value, fair value, fair value. So most likely this will have to be modified up until here. And then this would only become our order block. I'll use this candle. That's kind of like the indecision trap candle. And this will be the perfect zone to then basically look to sell from. And if you look at it from this standpoint, liquidity. So run the liquidity, induce people to go long and then short. So, but yeah, it's all a matter of waiting. So we have to see what's actually gonna happen. Based on what price is currently doing, we can see what happens now during London session. Just gonna put this on so I can just split the day properly. So I'm gonna put this Asia. And then this will be our Asian low. So I wouldn't want to trade this unless it breaks this low or this high. If it breaks this high, want price to go to that point, then look to sell. If price breaks this low, we'll have to look at a point of reversal. Just gonna remove this and move this. Remove this alert. Okay, so then from this high to this low, this is about 50% over here. So here we can see that retracement. So next zone, 618 could be a point of interest. I'm actually just gonna remove this. So we don't see it on the smaller time frames. Great. This was a nice reversal point, institutional level. The next point is over here. So we want to see price basically trade all the way down here to these zones more or less, especially to maybe to this next institutional point. And it falls in line perfectly with this fair value gap. And if we just refine this a bit more, if we go on the, yeah, it's perfect. We're perfect trade. Let's adjust this to the fair value. And then we have the order block, which is unmitigated. So this will be our potential trade for GU today then. Since price is looking to trend up. So yeah, that's basically it. So I want to see price trade towards these lows and then look to go long on the institutional point. Or basically have it tap this point, then obviously have to wait for confirmation and then hit this trade. So in stop loss on this will probably be about 10 pips. And obviously targeting take profit one with Asia high, which should be about 50 pips, 60 pips, risk reward of 1 to 5, second TP, the fair value gap. So in total, we have a risk reward of about 1 to 8 on this trade, which is not bad at all. So let's see how it plays out on GU.